So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the all-new, beautiful Stony Brook Arena. Let's hear it. Today is an exciting day for Stony Brook University, and I'm really delighted to be with you as we welcome our new Director of Athletics, Shawn Heilbron, his wife, Bevan, and their 3 children to the Seawolves family. I'd like to begin by thanking Donna Woodruff, our Interim Director of Athletics, for her leadership and dedication during these last several months. Thank you, Donna, for all that you've done. You're a true professional. And of course, that thanks also extends to all the members of our great staff in athletics. More than 100 dedicated coaches and support staff who work tirelessly to create a great experience for our student athletes, and in turn, all of our students, faculty, staff, and our community. I'd also like to thank the Search Committee, chaired by Senior Vice President for Administration, Barbara Chernow. Barbara and the entire committee devoted a great deal of time and energy to this process, collaborating with a professional search firm to successfully orchestrate a nationwide search. Barbara can't be with us today, but many others on the search committee have joined us, and I want to thank you again for your service. Shawn joins Stony Brook University at a time of tremendous growth and positive momentum. Over the past 15 years, Stony Brook has established itself as a premier Division I institution, boasting 20 outstanding intercollegiate sports programs. We have captured 48 conference championships and earned 28 national postseason bids. And who can forget that amazing trip to the College World Series just 2 years ago? And by the way, our outstanding women's lacrosse team will be playing their first round game against Towson, while the women's tennis team will be playing their first round game against Texas A&M today in the NCAA tournaments. These are exciting times for Stony Brook. And as we've continued to excel in athletics, we have dramatically expanded our athletic facilities. And of course, we're just months away from the inaugural opening of this amazing facility, our new state-of-the-art 4,000-seat arena where we're gathered today. It's been strong support from the state and the generosity of many donors that have helped us build for a great future for athletics. We've also improved academic support services to ensure that our students can compete at the highest levels both on and off the field. With an average GPA of 3.08, our 435 student athletes are truly a population of well-rounded college student athletes, demonstrating excellence in their respective sports as well as the classroom. A program of this caliber calls for a special kind of leader, one who can build on past successes and help us reach new levels of academic and athletic excellence. When we launched this search, our criteria were strict and deliberate. We sought an individual who would lead our athletic program with the highest ethical and moral standards, have a commitment to diversity, someone with the ability to inspire our students, collaborate with our faculty and staff, engage with our local community, and enable Stony Brook University to compete with the best in the nation. I believe we found this leader in Shawn Heilbron. For the past 3 years, Shawn has served as Senior Associate Athletic Director for Development at Oregon State University, leading the OSU Athletics Development Program and serving as a member of the management team for both the OSU Foundation and OSU Athletics. At OSU, Shawn led the efforts to complete the Department of Intercollegiate Athletics' $157 million fundraising goal as an element of OSU's broader fundraising effort. Under his leadership, OSU kicked off our Beaver Nation annual giving program. Shawn managed capital projects, scholarship endowment, special events, sports-specific fundraising and planned gifts, and he also served as primary administrator for OSU's men's basketball and football programs. Before he joined OSU, Shawn spent 5 years at UCLA, where he oversaw major gifts, the Wooden Athletic Fund, Bruin Varsity Club, endowments, special events, sports-specific fundraising, and planned gifts. He was responsible for more than $35 million in gifts to UCLA athletics during his tenure. Prior to UCLA, he serves as Associate Athletic Director for External Relations at Southern Methodist University, where he managed all fundraising, marketing, and sales functions, including corporate sponsorship and ticket sales. He secured a leadership gift of $5 million and enabled SMU to break ground on the Crum Basketball Center, a state-of-the-art practice facility. He also negotiated a new 10-year multimedia rights partnership with ISB Sports that led to a substantial increase in revenue through its corporate partner program. In 2000, he engineered the marketing and sales efforts for the opening of SMU's Ford Stadium, leading to an instant increase in season ticket sales for football, from 2,200 the previous year to over 11,000. Sean's experience at some of the best athletic programs and conferences in the country, his demonstrated ability to gain resources for his programs, and his unparalleled energy, drive, and commitment to student athletes makes him the right person for the job. It's now my pleasure to turn it over to Shawn Heilbron, the new Director for Athletics at Stony Brook University. Congratulations, Shawn, and welcome to Stony Brook.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Stanley. Thanks to all of you for being here. This truly is a remarkable day for both me and my family. And to be in this beautiful arena, you can see how well Stony Brook Athletics is poised for future success. And I'm just so excited to be a part of that, along with our fantastic student athletes, coaches, and staff. First of all, I wouldn't be here were it not for the support of my amazing family, who I am thrilled is with me today, because if not for their support of my career and my lifestyle, which I have chosen in intercollegiate athletics, I wouldn't be the administrator that I've been fortunate to become. So my wife, Bevan, who has been my partner and my best friend through this journey together, can't wait to move our family out to Long Island and join the Stony Brook family. My three amazing kids, my 10-year-old son, Asher, my 8-year-old Ramsey, and my 5-year-old daughter, Quinlan, they see this as their playground. So, Coach, they'll be shooting some hoops in here before too long. But once again, I have to thank Dr. Stanley for your faith in me to lead this incredible program. It really was your vision for this university that got me excited about this job. To see where Stony Brook has come in 57 short years. You have accomplished more in that time than most universities have in 150 years. And now to work with our staff and coaches and certainly the student athletes to build upon that, the sky's the limit for the Seawolves. And I am so thrilled to help work together to increase our heights and make sure that everybody knows what a Seawolf is. That no one, coast to coast, will have to ask, what is a Seawolf? Because they will know who we are. As Dr. Stanley said, I do want to thank Barbara Chernow and the search committee. It was an incredible process to be a part of. I had a chance to meet some amazing people, and I got the feeling of what Stony Brook was all about, and it solidified my feeling that this is a special place, and this is an incredible time to be here. I'd especially like to thank the two student athletes that participated on the search committee, Laura Hathaway and Devontae Anderson. As if you don't have enough free time, it was so incredible to have you participate in that. So I thank the both of you, and I look forward to working with our student athlete leadership on building this program and helping you succeed in everything that you do. I would also like to thank the amazing folks at Oregon State, President and CEO of the foundation, Mike Goodwin, our Director of Athletics, Bob DeCarolis, for giving me the opportunity to be positioned for this Director of Athletics stop at Stony Brook. I'm leaving an amazing place in Oregon State to come to an amazing place here at Stony Brook. And that's not easy because they're doing some amazing things there, and I was very fortunate to be a part of it for 3 years. And I will be watching the Beavers as they continue. I'd also like to thank the coaches and staff at Oregon State. incredible people doing incredible things, and particularly my staff that I'm leaving behind. And as I talked to them yesterday, that's one of the most difficult things to do, is to leave them. But they will continue to do great work at Oregon State, and I will look forward to watching that. I would especially like to acknowledge the job that Donna Woodruff has done during a time of transition. I don't think enough can be said about her leadership and the class and dignity with which she led this program over the past 6 months. So I am so excited to work arm in arm with Donna as we move forward and lead this program to even greater heights. So Donna, again, thank you so much for all that you have done. But for me, today is all about moving forward. And that is the message. I know that that process has certainly begun, but for me, this is about locking arms with our coaches and staff and student athletes and going out and winning. That's what I'm here to do. I want to win. I want to win conference championships. I want to win in everything that we do. But that takes resources, that takes energy, that takes sweat equity, and it takes working together. And we will have a collaborative team that for all of the student athletes, we want to help you achieve your dreams in everything that you do. Certainly that's to win America East championships. We want to win the Colonial in football, and we want to continue to advance our program forward. You know, the fact that we are a member of the AAU, one of 62 schools, and President Stanley has said he wants to be a top 20 public research institution. Well, I want to be a top 20 program, and we can do that. With what we have accomplished in a short amount of time, working together, we can achieve that. And that's not easy, but we're here to work together so that we can do that. The vision that I have for this program is to create transformative experiences for our student athletes. We want them to be better for having come to Stony Brook. We want to listen to you. We want to help you. We want to support you. We want to help you win, but we also want to make sure that you get your degree, and then when you leave, you get a job. That's the most important thing that we can do for all of you, so I'm very excited to work with the incredible student athletes that we have here. And you have my word that I will always fight for you, I will advocate for you, and the decisions that we will make collectively as a staff will be in your best interests. You know, the road ahead is an exciting one, and it's uncertain, but I will tell you this, what is in place at Stony Brook right now, it allows us to have an incredible launching pad forward. There is absolutely nothing broken here. Everything is in place to achieve success, and I am so excited to work with Donna, the senior management team, all of our staff and coaches on achieving that. So I have some messages, and I'd like to start with the student athletes. We're here to help you, and I want to encourage you to always reach for the stars, and I want to help you build that rocket ship to get there, because you are what inspires me, you're what inspires us to do our jobs. So whatever we can do to make your experience at Stony Brook unparalleled, that's what we will do. We want to help you win, we want to help you graduate, we want to help you be better than who you were when you came in. So I cannot wait to get to know all of you and help you achieve those dreams. To our coaches and staff, I want to work with you to win. I need to sit down and listen to you and hear your vision for your programs. We know that it takes resources to win consistently. I want to help you figure out how we do that. And I want to get that process started very soon. But we will have collaboration and we will have communication. Transparency is key, and communication is vital if we are to achieve our goals. To the faculty, our goal is to develop leaders and student athletes who you can be proud of. I look forward to a fantastic relationship between athletics and the academic community, and I'm very excited to get started on that process and look forward to meeting all of you when I start full-time. To our students, we need you. We need you to provide that energy in our buildings, in our fields, in this arena. Your energy, your heartbeat is the heart and soul that inspires our student athletes to compete and gives them that one extra degree that they might need to win that game in the last seconds. To the donors and fans and supporters of this great university, we need you. Quite simply, we need you. I'm going to ask for your support, your investment of time, energy, money, to get this place where we all think it can be, and that's at the very top. Our student athletes deserve nothing less, nor does this university. Together, we can build this program and make it great. It's already at an amazing place, but let's keep our sights higher. We always want to strive for the best. We will create a first-class experience for you. Whether it's buying a ticket, coming to a game, we will do everything in a first-class way so that you keep coming back. And your experience with Stony Brook Athletics is enhanced through that connection that we create through athletics. For me, I'm ready to get started. You know, this has been a whirlwind of a few days from the time I met with Dr. Stanley and Dexter Bailey in Atlanta a week ago today, to going back to Oregon State, finding out we were coming here, to meeting everyone on Wednesday, and then getting the fantastic news that we were coming to Stony Brook. It's been a whirlwind, but it has been an amazing journey. And now the next step for me is to get here, to get started, to hire a women's basketball coach, which is definitely at the top of the list, but it is to begin the process of moving Stony Brook athletics forward so that we can represent this fine university in a way that all Stony Brook alums, Long Island, New York, and this country can be proud. The Seawolves are coming. The Seawolves are coming. You might not know what a Seawolf is now, but you will. But you will. I know everyone here does. But we're going to work together to make this program one that all of you can be proud of. So thank you again, Dr. Stanley, for this wonderful opportunity. I can't wait to get started. Go Seawolves!
We'd now like to open the floor to the press for some questions for Dr. Stanley and Shawn Hilborn.
Certainly. This, okay, there we go. This is an amazing opportunity. I've certainly had others come my way, but when I looked at Stony Brook, the first thing I looked at was the university's strategic plan. And I saw where the university was going, what its aspirations were, and that got me excited. And then I looked at where athletics was going. And to know the success that's taken place, the 2012 College World Series appearance, all the success in lacrosse, knowing with basketball that we've been knocking on the door of the NCAA tournament, all of the other programs that have competed in the NCAAs. This is a university on the move, and to be a part of helping to shape the future was very exciting. I'll be honest, after visiting with Dr. Stanley and Dexter Bailey and hearing where they see athletics playing the role with the larger university, I knew this was a great fit. And then coming out here just solidified that, seeing the facilities, but really meeting the people. That confirmed what I already knew about Stony Brook, and I just look forward to helping to shape the future because, again, I have seen what has happened in 57 short years, and to think what can happen in the next 5, that really was what got me excited and made me want to come here. As I told the committee and told others, I believe football success is critical, absolutely critical. And that is one of the things that we have worked very hard on at Oregon State, is to get football right, because I believe football can help the department in so many ways, financially certainly being one of them, but also as a point of pride, but really filling the seats. You connect people to the university in a way that the other sports don't because of just the sheer volume. But certainly that's something that I will be working with Dr. Stanley on as we move forward, is to make sure we can get football where it needs to be. We obviously, I'd love to have that coach hired today. Spoke with Donna Woodruff, and she will be assisting me. And at this point, though, right now we plan to talk Monday to discuss names and the process moving forward. But obviously, time is of the essence. Well, I worked in Dallas and worked in Los Angeles, where certainly there's plenty of competition. I think you have to create a first-class experience. You have to create events that people want to take the time to invest in. It's not the dollars necessarily, it's the time. We have to make our programs and our events relevant so that people want to take the time to participate, buy a ticket, be a part of it. Certainly buildings like this help, but once someone buys that ticket, we have to make sure they have a great experience, an easy time getting in. Once they're here, they're entertained. We put a competitive product out there, but we want to continue to make that a repeat customer. But it's really about creating a first-class experience and a first-class event. Well, that starts with fundraising. We have to be very good at fundraising. I look forward to working with Dexter Bailey, his staff, our staff in athletics, to identify new opportunities for revenue generation. It's critical. I don't care where you are, you have to have the investment of private dollars to accomplish the things that we want to. And so certainly that will be a major focus of mine, along with our staff. That's my background. But it really starts with connecting people that care about Stony Brook to the university and to those things that they find most matches their personal values. And so that's what we will work hard to do and have to work quickly to do. It doesn't matter where you are. We talked a lot on Wednesday with the search committee and others about the size of the program, but the reasons people give are the same. They have to feel connected to your cause. So we have to articulate that cause, and I think that's one thing that we've done at the other places I've been. It's not just me, it's my staff, it's our coaches, it's our student athletes. Our student athletes are our best representatives of this program. They are who we're asking donors to invest in. So when you're building a new arena, this is great for Coach Peichel and the women's program, but it's for the student athletes that compete here. So it's drawing those connections back to the student athletes. It's great to build a building for fans to have better amenities, but we're trying to give student athletes transformative experiences. So for me, it's articulating the message and trying to find those ways to connect people to the program. And that takes time. That takes a lot of time and takes a lot of relationship building. But that's what I enjoy a great deal and look forward to doing that here. I did have an opportunity to speak to a couple donors on Wednesday, and what's exciting is they see the unlimited potential for this program and are looking for what those next steps are. I would describe the sentiment that I got from them as very supportive. They both asked about What sport I see is one we need to focus on, and I did say football. That definitely is something that we need to focus on, but we want to win in the other sports, so that's not to say we won't focus on the others. But clearly, there is a lot of upside here, and I believe that the donor base is ready to line up and, again, lock arms with us and move this program forward. They all want the same thing, and that's a great start. It's definitely something that needs to happen, but in walking through it today, there are a lot of other needs beside expansion. But that's something that Dr. Stanley and I will discuss and talk about as we move forward into the future, but it is definitely something that is needed. Really, I'm just excited to be here and move forward. You know, the great thing that I see are coaches, staff, and student athletes who have accomplished great things. As I met with the staff today, right now, I'm going to work with Donna to really move forward and make sure that we're doing the right thing. And you know, what you do at UCLA or Oregon State may not work at Stony Brook. So I need to learn. I need to learn the culture. I need to know the people. I need to know the area. And then Donna, me, our leadership team, Dr. Stanley, Dexter, all of the leaders of this university can best decide how we move forward. Really, I'm just, again, today is about moving forward. I know that we, again, have great coaches and staff that are here, have achieved great success over the past few years. But for me, this is looking to the future.
So Wolfie Seawolf has been around for about 20 years, and there's also a lot of growth in the athletics department over that time. But there's a growing school of journalism here at Stony Brook, and we're just getting into more in-depth athletics coverage. But there's been some contentious moments between the journalism program and the athletics department. How do you envision your future relationship with the student media?
Contentious. Well, I would hope that we have a very healthy partnership where there is good dialogue, access, and we certainly value student media. I think it plays a very important role for an athletic department everywhere I've been. I think that has been the case, and so I would look forward to having a very strong and non-contentious partnership with student media.
Do you plan on increasing access for student journalists to athletes?
Great question. I'm not, at this point, not in a position to answer that. I'll let Rob answer that, but no, I'm not in a position to answer that right now.
Any other questions? Any other questions from the media? Right here in front.
That's a great question. Retaining talent is very difficult. Opportunities come, and I will never forgive. I will always hope that people make decisions based upon what is best for them. But our goal will be to try to keep top talent, retain it, certainly hire it. It's difficult when you're dealing with salary issues or people who have an opportunity to move up, going from an assistant coach to a head coach. But our goal will be to hire great people, keep great people, but we won't limit great people from realizing other opportunities. That's always a challenge. But when we get them, we want to keep them.
Right here in the second row.
The number one priority really is it's to make sure our student athletes and coaches have what they need to win conference championships. If you win conference championships, you go to postseason. We want all of our teams to go to the postseason every year. Now, I can't tell a coach, that's our goal, go do it. So I have to work with them hand in hand to develop a plan for them. But our goal is to position Stony Brook Athletics and make sure that we spread the brand, I think there's been a lot of great work done on doing that, certainly in New York, on Long Island. Just seeing everyone in red and seeing the Seawolves and Wolfie's presence that's fantastic. I see our priority as stretching that coast to coast. So when our coaches go out to recruit, everybody knows who Stony Brook is.
Greg.
I think right now we're very well positioned. Our goal needs to be where we are right now is to be the best we can be right here. We're currently in the America East Conference. We're in the Colonial for football. Let's be great in those leagues right now. But I think this department is very well positioned for when the landscape shifts. We're going to be in a great place. Now we have to work to ensure that as things settle, we're where we need to be. But right now it's to be the best Stony Brook that we can.
Are there any other questions? Right here in the front row.
Stuck at in terms of? You know, it's so difficult if you're specifically talking about the big dance and getting there. That's difficult to do. It's a lot of pressure on the student athletes. It's a lot of pressure on the coaches. But my job is to support Coach Peichel and help him get there, and that's what I intend to do.
I'll just add. You know, I'll just add that there are so many programs in the country that would love to have had the kind of success that our men's basketball team has been having. And I think if you think about the history of men's basketball at Stony Brook and how far we've come, I mean, we're going to get there. There's no question we're going to get there. But I think we've made such tremendous progress. And, you know, I think it's an absolutely outstanding program. And particularly, you know, one of the things that Sean and I talked a lot about, I want our students athletes to compete, but I want them to complete. And men's basketball is a great example of a sport where they're competing, but they're also completing and achieving their degrees. So I feel very good about that program, just to be clear.
Question in the back.
This is a question actually for Dr. Stanley. How do you see this move as increasing Stony Brook's national profile?
So athletics has, just everybody heard the question, how does this increase Stony Brook's national profile? Athletics has been extraordinarily important in doing just that. I think we've had some tremendous success, and that has translated to much higher brand recognition across the country for the university. We have outstanding academic programs. We're a member of the AAU. I can go out to other places and talk about our great academic programs, but I think you know that doesn't always resonate with students, with people who may not know or be sophisticated in terms of their understanding of what makes a great university. But sports is universal. Everybody knows what's happening in sports. Everybody knows what's happening with teams. Everybody knows the Duke Blue Devils in basketball. Everybody knows Alabama in football. So that kind of name recognition is very powerful. And when we had a story, and the College World Series is the best example, where Stony Brook really did capture the nation's attention, there were great benefits to the university. We got as much as $4 million worth of free advertising, essentially, from the kind of media coverage we had. We saw us at one point in time nearly become the #1 trend on Twitter, which is, of course, spectacular. And we really managed to reach out to people in ways we haven't had before. So there's a real plus that comes with the recognition from running outstanding athletic programs, good athletic programs, both in terms of winning and achievement, but also ones that do things right. So I think there's a great opportunity, and I do see this as a way to continue to push our program into prominence. Sean's tenure at some of the best programs in the country, I think, was really important to me in terms of bringing someone in who understands how it can be done and done well.
I was wondering how that would play into academics, whether athletic success can be brought into academic success.
For me?
For you.
So the question was, how does athletics play to academics, and how do you translate athletic success into academic success? And I think, again, it relates to a couple of things. One is it relates to resources. So when you have a strong athletics program, fundraising grows, and that fundraising, though, may not just always be to athletics. So you identify donors, alums who relate to the university because of athletics, but then they recognize there's opportunities in academics as well. And I think, one of the things, again, that Sean and I talked about was the fact that there may be times when we identify a donor whose first interest may have been in athletics, but then who recognizes there's an opportunity in academics that interests them. So I think there's a real, I think that happens all the time, and I won't give specifics, but I think it happens all the time. And so I think that's one very important thing. The other thing, though, is, our athletes are fantastic in terms of their academic success. As I talked about before, they have a 3.0 grade point average. So they're really contributing, I think, to the academic environment of the university as well.
Are there any other questions? Okay, now I'd like to throw it back to Dr. Stanley, who's going to introduce another special guest.
So it's my great pleasure to introduce one of the most important executive vice presidents at the university. Please join me in welcoming Wolfie.
Thank you, everybody, for attending. That concludes today's press conference. We'll see you soon. Go Sea Wolves.